The U.S. is getting ready to sell $1.1 billion in weapons to Saudi Arabia. That's not something that, isn't normal, right? It's pretty normal that we do huge arms deals with Saudi Arabia. We sell them all sorts of weapons. Now, Saudi Arabia has been involved in a very brutal bombing campaign since 2015. So they've been bombing Yemen, right? And they've been bombing Yemen using U.S.-made weapons for at least roughly the last year. Now, Rand Paul, for all of his faults, actually opposes giving them weapons or selling them weapons. And he's going to go on CNN to argue against it. And Wolf Blitzer is probably going to give one of the worst defenses of this deal that I have ever heard. Listen to this.
So for you, this is a moral issue because, there's a lot of jobs at stake. Certainly, if a lot of these defense contractors stop selling warplanes, other sophisticated equipment to Saudi Arabia, there's going to be a significant loss of jobs and revenue here in the United States. That's secondary from your standpoint.
A moral argument. Okay, moral argument. So basically, he's saying, look, you've got a moral argument. I've got a moral argument, too, when it comes down to jobs. Really, jobs. There are people being bombed, civilians being killed by U.S.-made weapons, bombs. And job losses is your moral argument. Wow, Wolf Blitzer. Jesus Christ, man. Jesus Christ. Now, Rand Paul is actually going to respond to this, and, take a listen.
Well, not only is it a moral question, it's a constitutional question. Our founding fathers very directly and specifically did not give the president the power to go to war. They gave it to Congress. So Congress needs to step up, and this is what I'm doing, stepping up and asserting our authority over foreign policy, and that we need to be involved. We should not be an after the fact, oh, we'll give you a consultation. No, we should be directing the president whether he has the power to do this or not. And I do not believe he has the constitutional power to do it, nor do I think it is wise. I think we are elevating an arms race in the Middle East, and I don't think it's good for America. And I think to have millions of new refugees. Look, Saudi Arabia hadn't taken any refugees. They were part of the violence in Syria. Many of the weapons that Saudi Arabia and Qatar sent into the Syrian civil war, some of those wound up in the hands of al-Qaeda and ISIS. And then refugees are streaming across the world. And Saudi Arabia foments this, but didn't take any of the refugees.
Okay, so there's a little bit there, but seems like he's mostly against this arms deal because President Obama is for it, and he's also got some libertarian principles of limited government. Well, he's actually right on that. If you're going to go to war, you need to go to Congress, but we're not actually at war with Yemen. We're just supplying Saudi Arabia, using them as a bit of a proxy in a way. And this isn't the first time the United States has been a proxy or has used a proxy in order to fight somebody or fight another country. Okay? We've done this before. So I don't quite know what he was quite trying to say other than limit Obama's power. Yeah, okay, I get that, right? Now, there are other reasons, more important reasons, at least somebody who's more to the left, farther to the left than Rand Paul, should oppose what's going on, should oppose this deal. And actually, some of those reasons are detailed in The Intercept. Now, since bombing had begun against Yemen in March of 2015, it's been responsible for over 10,000 deaths. The U.S.-backed bombing coalition has been accused of intentionally targeting civilians, hospitals, factories, markets, schools, and homes. In fact, the situation is so bad there that the Red Cross has begun donating morgue units to Yemeni hospitals. Hey, we heard you got a problem with lots and lots of dead people, lots of civilians. Here's some morgue units. Maybe help you out. That's horrible, man. This is what we're doing. And we're supplying these weapons to Saudi Arabia so that they can continue to bomb people in hospitals, okay, in factories, in markets, schools, in homes, all these different places. Jesus, man, how many civilians are dead? I don't know. Seems like it's probably a lot of civilian casualties. Now, earlier this month, Since the civilian casualties have gotten so bad, more than 60 members of Congress signed a letter asking the administration to, hey, you know what? Maybe we should delay this arms shipment. Not end the arms shipment, but at least delay it. I guess so they can talk about it. Fair enough. Now, ordinarily, the Intercept writes, under the Arms Export Control Act, Congress has 30 days to block arms sales proposed by the administration. But by announcing the arms sale in August, most of those 30 days fell during Congress's August recess. That 30-day window expired Thursday night, and the White House has not granted the request for extra time. So it looks like, most likely, this deal is still going to go through. What a disaster. And look, as I mentioned, this isn't the first time we've given weapons to Saudi Arabia, okay? We sell them weapons all the time, which is horrible. You know, the Saudis are one of the worst abusers of human rights, okay? They kill people for apostasy and witchcraft. They behead them. If ISIS did that, oh my God. We can't bomb them more. We're bombing them so much already that we're running out of bombs. So it's not like they bomb them more, but nonetheless, think of the outrage. Oh my God! ISIS is cutting off the heads of people who believe in witchcraft. But when Saudi Arabia does it, what? We're going to sell them $1.1 billion worth of arms. What? No problem there. Nope, not at all. Avert your gaze. ISIS is over there. Saudi Arabia, though, they're our buddies. Why are they our buddies? Why? We know why. Cheap oil. And getting back to the arms sales for a second. Do you know the Obama administration has sold more weapons to the Saudi Arabian, to the Saudis, than any other administration? They have pledged more than $150 billion worth of small arms, tanks, helicopters, missiles, and aircraft. And we're selling these things to these people. These people that have spread Wahhabism. One of the most extreme strains of militant Islam across the Middle East. Hey, but you know what? We helped them do that. We said, hey, why don't you spread fundamentalism to stop the communists? Boy, that seems to have worked out great, hasn't it? And yet now we're still buddy-buddy with Saudi Arabia selling them weapons as they continue to get more and more brutal towards not only Yemen, but their own people. Jesus. And here's the worst part about it, right? It's not the fact that we're selling these weapons. It's the fact that we've got corporate media hacks out there like Wolf Blitzer that are defending these contractors by saying, yeah, but if we don't sell these weapons that are going to kill civilians, well, people are going to lose their jobs. That's super important. Super, super important. We got to keep these jobs, right, for these defense contractors. No, this is the establishment defending the establishment. And besides, we already give the Pentagon $600 billion a year, right? So I don't think they're going to miss the $1.1 billion arms sale. I'm just saying. Or the defense contractors, they're really not going to miss that money. In fact, there are better ways to spend that money. One study in 2011 found that putting $1 billion into military spending would create approximately 11,200 jobs. Wow, you say. But that same study found the amount, $1 billion, put into education yielded 26,700 jobs. So putting money into the defense contractors' pockets isn't the most efficient way to create jobs. It actually creates less jobs than if we were to put that same amount of money into our failing education system. But we don't want to do that. Can't do that. Nope. You know why? Because we don't value education anymore. People look at that and go, schools, fuck that. Bomb brown people. That's the way to go. We do not value education. And apparently we also don't value the lives of innocent Yemenis, as well as the people who are suffering under the Saudi Arabian government, their fundamentalist government. We don't care about those people. No, for us, for America, It's all about making money, no matter who gets hurt.